go to Paris, babe. So I will let you know that this trip was a little hectic. I finally negotiated a work opportunity that took almost all summer. So when all was said and done, I booked this flight like 3 days before it headed out. And it was a little chaotic, but it was wonderful. You'll see. I do want to say that I got literally the last seat on the plane. It was an aisle seat. I was just grateful to be there because I literally had no time to waste. So, I really enjoy taking red eye flights because I know that wherever I get to, I will be there morning or afternoon. And it somehow is a little less disorienting to start your day somewhere than to get there at night. I don't know. Let me know if it feels the same for you. Like, do you like to take red eyes?
Pendant notre descente,
So once I landed in Charles de Gaulle, we hopped in the Uber and headed to Montmartre, which is a historic artistic village. There is so much creativity and culture in Montmartre. It's also very rebellious. It has that spirit of just nonconformity, which is perfect. We dropped the bags off at the hotel and grabbed some breakfast, just eggs and toast, something really simple, and went out to explore. Then it was time to check in. We stayed in Hotel Bass in Montmartre. And if you don't know, yes, I'm a coach. I run a coaching and consulting business, but I'm also a certified travel advisor with Fora-Travel. So it's like this really cool agency for the modern traveler. Every stay on this trip was booked through me and my four connections. So if you're ready to plan your dream escape, hit that link below. It's gonna be in the description box, and let's get to chatting. I always love to choose hotels that are boutique, cozy, like really unique. So that's my vibe.
La présidente française des Noces des occupations de Britannique erronée au Alger. Une partie politique et la répression politique, c'est inacceptable.
So the next day, I really wanted to make it a point to get up and go for a walk, get into my normal routine. Like I said, the jet lag can hit you really hard. So just moving your body, staying hydrated, and getting some fresh air, I find is one of the best ways to take a trip like this and be semi-functional. Poisson, c'est génial. La culture, l'histoire, du sud. So here I am getting some lunch, and I just want to shout out this place, Bouillon Pigalle. This was recommended by someone I follow on Instagram. We follow each other, and I actually worked with her in one of her programs before, Laura Nice. She did a shout out of this place, and it is delicious. It's definitely more trendy, Instagrammable, but I feel like it still has that brasserie vibe. Like, it's just super chill, like no frills. The food is delicious, it's quick, it's French, and it's a little quirky. It is my third full day, my second night I just woke up from. I'm so jet lagged. Yesterday I pushed through. I went running on the Seine. I woke up early. I did all of this stuff. Today I just want to sleep. So I'm gonna have breakfast and then come back and rest. And then I have a meeting in the afternoon. It's 7. My meeting's at 1:30, so I'll eat and then sleep until I have to go. Okay, bye. So here I had a work meeting, and afterward I decided to take it upon myself and randomly tour neighborhoods and apartments. For some reason, anytime I travel somewhere, I can see myself living there. So I was like, let me figure out what daily life is like in, I think this is Lannoy. And then after the tours, I found this cute brasserie and just enjoyed some beautiful lunch. At this point throughout this little day, I was having fun, I was shopping, the jet lag was like subsiding, and then as I'm staring at this beautiful fur coat, it hits me all at once, and I am like fading fast. So I literally rushed back to the hotel, showered, and got into bed. And when I looked at my step count, I realized that day I had gotten 25,000 steps. Oh my gosh. And I said I was going to take it really easy. So I decided to go order some takeout and just watch a movie. That was what my soul needed. Quatre.
4,
8.
8,
0.
0.
8.
Ok. Merci, au revoir.
Merci. Bonne soirée. Bonjour. Aujourd'hui, je suis en Paris et c'est un temps très très excité pour moi parce que la dernière fois j'étais en France, j'avais 16 ans et maintenant je suis une femme, je ne suis pas une fille et j'ai une vie très wow, c'est merveilleux. My French is a little rusty, but I'm so excited to be back in France. I studied French all throughout middle school by myself, and then high school in classes, and then a little in college. I even did my study abroad in Montpellier, and I don't know, I just feel like I'm coming alive. J'ai oublié beaucoup de mots et beaucoup de phrases. E is Spanish too, and I keep mixing it up in my head. I've been speaking like Spench all day because there are cognates. Like I was ordering duck with ginger and rice at a Chinese place. So I remember the French word for duck. I was like, oh, je vais prendre canard. But then my brain switched to Spanish. My brain was like, no English. So then I just went to Spanish. And I was like, je vais prendre canard con jengibre y arroz. And like, technically, the lady kind of knew what I was saying. But she was like, okay. So that's something to work on. But I was just in Mexico for like 5 weeks, so it makes sense. Anyway, I'm just super excited. I feel like there's a part of you, if you know what I'm talking about, you get it, that comes alive when you speak a different language or even a different dialect. Like when I go home to my family in the Virgin Islands, I'm a different Deja. Even though the patois is basically like English with a few different languages mixed in, so c'est un bon temps. I have a meeting for work et depuis je vais savoir, I think that's the word, une réunion avec ma amie Anchi de université. We were really good friends in college and she's here in Paris. She came to do her PhD and she recently graduated, so I'm super excited and it's gonna be a good time. Peace.
Oh, stand by me, stand by me.
I have to admit that before this trip, I thought very little of complimentary hotel breakfast, but the partners that Fora has in the network change the game. Like, look at this. all of them were fantastic. So here I am enjoying exploring Montmartre, and the thing about Montmartre is that it is at one of if not the highest points in Paris. So the entire community is like an incline. You are walking upstairs and hillsides, and it works up an appetite. So of course I went back to Bouillon Pigalle and I had something slightly different, but my favorite was this creme brulee. It passed the crack test. If you know, you know. Fantastique. Absolument fantastique. Here I am on another morning walk slash run. You're gonna see a lot of these sprinkled throughout the vlog because I literally mean it when I say these keep me grounded every day, no matter where I am. It's a non-negotiable. It's not just like physical health, but it's mental, emotional health too. So then it was time to check out of Hotel Basse, and I was all for it.
L'âme qu'elle m'avait donnée que je n'ai jamais.
Okay, just changed hotels. This is another neighborhood, the 9th arrondissement, that I am just exploring to see. I feel like whenever I travel, I'm like, do I want to live here? So I spent a week in Montmartre and the 18th arrondissement, and that was nice. And now I'm here. So this one has a really long hallway, and it also has this mirror. So it has this new week, new vibe, new hotel. We changed to Hotel Brittany in the Opera District, and this is my view. As a travel advisor, I really just enjoy seeing all of the partners that Fora has. This one was highly rated for its chic decor, for the service, for the toiletries. All of them are from L'Occitane, and it just made the entire thing feel really luxurious, but also so homey. I don't know how to describe it. Like, this was my favorite hotel of the entire stay. It was super feminine, super beautiful. Again, because everything was so last minute. This was one of the only rooms they had, but they accommodated me so well. I love this place and I would definitely stay again. And here you can just watch me try to figure out how to use things in the room. This is a bit of a tangent, but I realized while editing this vlog that some of the best food I had on this trip, or at least my favorite, wasn't even French food. It was this meal, Nepalese, and also another that you'll see later. And here we are. At this point, I was getting really tired of brasseries and the hotel breakfast, although Brittany was delicious. So I decided to come to Seine, Turkish restaurant. Fantastic, and the ice cream really made it. The decor is beautiful, the staff were wonderful. I really enjoyed this meal. So when I was vintage shopping, I ran into this local who told me one of her favorite things to do is to get a grocery store salad and sit in a park. So I decided to do that for dinner that evening. And you know what? It was low key, it was calm, and I really enjoyed it. After, I headed to La Tour Eiffel, the Eiffel Tower, what most people think of when they come to Paris. And again, I decided to make it super low-key. I went there, took the photos, did the things that I needed to do, and then walked back to the hotel. I did not want to get trapped in all of the tourist hubbub because that's not really my style. And then I spotted couples dancing on the steps of the opera when I was walking back, and that just made my night. Oh. this day that you're watching me run through was super special because one, I had a great run that morning. Like, my energy was just super even, and I lasted throughout the entire session without stopping, which felt really good, except for when you see me here filming and appreciating flowers. But two, I got on this work call that you're not gonna see here, but it really went so well. And then I went to the Louvre at night with my friend. So fantastic. Okay, fantastic. I could not let this vlog go by without talking about Creamy Daily. So this place is a tea shop and a crepe cake shop, and their black sesame matcha is delicious. It is almost similar to the one I get back home in Providence from Ceremony PVD. Oh, my favorite flavor combo. But in the excitement, I broke a nail, so I think I got that fixed later on, but I wasn't too worried. Apparently, here I am checking out my outfit and getting ice cream. It wasn't all that bad. So I have to admit something, and it makes me feel a little ashamed. I kid, but Bouillon Pigalle had me in a chokehold. I tried other brasseries, some of which I filmed, some of which I didn't, but there was something about this place that was so consistent. So I got their takeout meal one day, and you can see it here. I ate it in the park, and it was just delicious. It's like, I don't know, it was homey. I trusted the person who recommended it, so I ate here a lot. Not every day, but like a few times a week. One of the best things about being on this trip work-wise was one, the project that I'm working on throughout this whole trip, but two, realizing that because of the time difference, all of my US clients were up and ready when it was the afternoon and evening for me. So I had all of my mornings free to take long walks, to explore. It did shift my sleep schedule, which is another thing I won't get into here now, but I just got the time to really savor the mornings, and I value that a lot more than I thought I did. one thing I will say about this trip is that although it was last minute and a little hectic, every moment of the stays in the hotels were intentionally curated. I wanted to stay in really unique places that I felt, or like people told me, represented the best of really cool neighborhoods in Paris, and I felt like I got that. They were totally off the beaten path and had a lot of history, like this place named after Kipling, I think. Rudyard Kipling. Anyway, so it was all themed in like this Indo-French colonial decor, which I found really appealing, although it's definitely out there. This pasta was another recommendation from that girl who told me about the salad. Delicious. One of the reasons you'll find me visiting a lot of the same restaurants and cafes I realize on this trip is because we tend to want these really comforting spaces when everything around us is, new. So Creamy Daily was definitely a place where I felt like I could do some great work. Yes, my hotel rooms were fantastic, but I would get distracted by the beds or the views. So having like a cafe to just sit down in really rebalanced me and helped me feel very productive and do some great work. So here I got an ice cream cone to celebrate because I finally closed a huge client, one that I'd been working on for a while. And it just felt really good to have like a loop closed. If you know, you know. Here's my final meal at Bouillon Pigalle. I'm like laughing at myself because it's so silly, but I love them bad, okay? And a little laundry moment too. It is what it is. For the bath, it was a full moon and I need it. Super. Wow. Donc, c'est ma dernier jour en Paris et après, je vais au Maroc. Je suis très excitée, mais un peu triste. I love Paris, so it's been a good 3 weeks, but now I'm going to Morocco. And now we're on to the next adventure. Thanks for rocking with me throughout this whole vlog. I really enjoyed traveling, and I think part of the fun for this trip was just figuring it out as I went. So I'll see you in the next one. Peace.